We're gonna build a house in The Sims 4 today, but instead of me making the decisions, we're gonna leave them up to fate and spin a wheel to decide. So for example, I don't get to pick where we build the house. I'm gonna use this wheel to tell me what world to choose. We'll spin for the budget, we'll spin for the size, we'll spin for what kind of Sims end up living there, and hopefully it doesn't end up being too difficult. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalling. I'm just gonna spin the wheel. It's kind of hard for me to look at with the colors. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was gonna look like that. And no, that's so boring. Can I respin? Is respinning cheating? Willow Creek shouldn't even be on there. I'm gonna spin again. And San Myshuno, first try. We spun San Myshuno. That's actually kind of interesting because I don't really build on the regular lots in San Myshuno much. When I play here, I mostly build in the apartments. So I'm actually kind of excited about the idea of building on one of these. I think I'm gonna pick this old salt house lot because it's just residential by default, and I'll bulldoze it so that we can build here. I've always liked this lot because the view is so nice from right here. Like, could you imagine living on this lot? And there's always like little markets and like festivals that happen right across the street. Like, this is a prime location to live in real life. And now I want to spin for the budget of this build, and we've got quite a mixture. There's a few cheap ones, there's a few really expensive ones. My preference would definitely be to have a lot of money, but we'll make do no matter what happens. Oh my god, there's no way. 10,000? That's like the unluckiest we could get. There's 200,000 on here. No, that's not true. I put 5,000 on here. So 10 is the second unluckiest we could get. How are you supposed to build a 30 by 30 lot with 10,000 simoleons? Oh my god. Okay, well, the other one I wanted to spin before we started is what kind of Sims live here. I've got a bunch of mixtures of like number of adults, number of kids, vampires, you know, stuff like that. So this will help us determine how many bedrooms it needs to have and like what we should decorate it for. And oh, one celebrity. Okay, I'm glad it's one Sim and not like 8 or something. You know, it's been a while since I built a celebrity house, and I think it actually makes sense to have a big celebrity house on this lot. I think I'll use Judith Ward as our test Sim, but I'm gonna have to cheat away a lot of her money. I have a feeling that she's not gonna like this very much. Okay, 10,000 simoleons. The last thing I wanted to do was spin for a color scheme. So what I'm gonna do is spin this wheel twice, and whatever 2 colors we get, we have to use a bunch of. So the first is yellow. I like yellow. I'm good with that. And the second one will be white. Oh, that's actually fine. The lot size will definitely be a difficulty for us, especially with the budget we have, but otherwise, I don't think this will be too bad. I think I'm gonna start by putting some stone down. This is just a stone terrain paint. I think that makes more sense with the lot, so we'll do that. Oh, there actually was one more wheel. This is a very long list I made of really random objects in the game. Some good, some bad. There's some that are expensive. There's things like the cupcake machine. There's things like a little rubber duck, you know? This is the object that we have to include. This is gonna really impact our budget. So I wanna do this first. I'm kind of scared. Relics of a what? Relics of a creative childhood. All I saw was C-R-E-A-T. I thought it was gonna be creature. Relics of a creative childhood. Oh, okay. Admittedly, I don't really know how Judith Ward is gonna have that inside of her house, but at least it's only 10 simoleons. That's like pretty good. That could have gone worse for us. Okay, well, I am thinking I want this to be maybe like a big old factory kind of vibe, sort of like what it was before. I think that that's an easy way for it to look like it's taking up a lot of space. And I'm also gonna build it kind of backwards because there's better lighting this way. So I'll start it like this and then we'll flip the whole thing around at the end. Our platform's free. Oh, good. Okay, we can make this place look like it's a lot bigger than it actually is. This is gonna be really sneaky. Okay, I'm also gonna get, I think, like some kind of skylight in the roof because this is also free. So we can make hopefully a really interesting looking space like this. We use this platform because that makes it look like we have more space, even though we actually don't. We already have very little money right now. That's kind of concerning. I think we could probably keep the concrete because it makes sense for a place like this to have concrete floors. And then we want to do a kind of cheap brick. This one's only 4. Are there any 2 simoleon bricks? Oh, this one is. Okay, this is werewolves. It costs 2 simoleons each. That's good. We can use that. And then I was gonna do like a black accent with this platform trim because I think that looks really nice. I don't actually remember how much the mosquito stuff windows cost. Oh, 210. That's funny. No, that won't happen. These ones are only 25. 55. Is there like a longer, skinnier one that we could do? This is 55. It's really small. I know I do like the businesses and hobbies windows, and they're pretty big. Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking. This is 35 simoleons. Okay, hear me out. I think I might put like some kind of platform in here. We'll have to pay for stairs, but I think that's gonna make it look a lot more interesting. We can also have a very small bathroom in this little space. Oh, and you know what? The whole thing could maybe become skinnier, but this could be like a lofted bedroom. We could have a kitchen right here. Maybe it needs to be even skinnier than this. I could probably rotate around the skylight so it's like horizontal instead. I don't know, I'm just thinking if we're gonna try and have this be a starter home, it probably should be really small. Okay, staircase wise, that's a little bit pricey. That's like $100. How much is this? 20. Oh, should we put black on the roof too? I kind of think so. I need to figure out the door. Businesses and Hobbies has this door, but it's 400 simoleons. So I really like it. I think that very much is the vibes that I'm going for, but also it's 400 simoleons. I wish I could have like a custom built platform right on top of it. There are some things we can use like this. That's 190 though, and doesn't even come in the right colors. So like that's kind of out. And like that is actually pretty cool looking and I think it helps, but do I even have enough money for that? Okay, this giant window's 200, that's out, but this is only 40. So we could use that and put it up high. We'll have like some landscaping underneath it. And then that way we have some nice windows up there. We could probably do like one small window in the back too. And maybe that's just all the windows and we don't do anything else. We do need a little door. I think I'll just use like the cheapest fiberglass one. I know I was supposed to use yellow and white, but I'm not really using a lot of white, am I? I do kind of feel like white's a boring color to spin. Maybe we spin again and see if we get an actual color and not just plain white. It could be like yellow and, oh, orange. Well, it is more interesting at the very least. So I guess that's a good thing. I think I'm gonna get some brick accent walls inside on like a couple of those spaces. You know what else? We could probably have a plain white wall on some of these other ones because there's your white. Okay, this tile, a little bit expensive, but it does come in yellow. And part of me feels like that's worth it just so we can have some more yellow. I don't know if it's like super modern looking though. Maybe it'd be better to have plain white on the floor or even like to continue the stone on the floor. All right, well, let's see what else we can pay for. I guess we have to use the cheapest appliances. I think I'm gonna go into debug, show hidden objects, because we'll probably want to use some of the really, really cheap tables. Like, and also these chairs, these are yellow and they're only 10 simoleons. So whether we like it or not, I think that's probably the right call. And then maybe we get like a yellow and orange rug or an orange rug. Oh, that has a cool vibe, doesn't it? I might want to change the tile in this bathroom, but I'll come back to that. I also would love to have like a more serious concrete floor, but I don't know if that's really going to be doable for us. I just don't really want to have like the plain default one. I'd kind of rather have something more interesting, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, we want to have something that kind of has a similar energy to this rug, but is hopefully, oh yeah, how about this orange one? How much was that? 140 only. Okay, well, I probably won't use a bed that costs 1,000 simoleons. I was about to go and grab like this one, and then I thought, oh, 1,005. Never mind. How much does the businesses and hobbies bed cost? Oh, 1,100. So actually, it's even worse. Great. But wouldn't that be nice? There is like this used double futon. Color-wise, I wouldn't really say that it matches super well, but we could do it in like plain white because we said we were going to try and incorporate some more white. So maybe we do that. And maybe I try and switch up these countertops to match it a little bit better. Okay, we do need to get a relatively cheap sofa, and I think I want it to be yellow, or at least have some yellow in it. This is from Cozy Kitsch Kit. I do like that sofa. I actually wouldn't really say that it's yellow, but it does match okay. And then I might have to use some Eco Lifestyle furniture. Eco Lifestyle has really cheap furniture and it's really nice. Like this thing, 55 simoleons. You just can't compete with that unless... What happens if we do this? I guess maybe it would be better to have the wall shelf on this wall. I just think that this wall shelf looks so cool and we put the TV in it, but that probably doesn't work, right? We also have this thing. This is like really, really cheap, 65 bucks, and it's a big piece of furniture. I was also kind of wondering about a desk. I don't know if we can have a computer. It would be really nice. Well, here's a shower, here's a toilet, here's a sink, and here's a mirror. That's 112 simoleons for this little railing, but I think we probably need the railing. I think it makes the place look a lot more finished. We also don't have a kitchen sink yet, which would be kind of nice. Maybe that just goes here. To think we could use that flooring up there. Also, what happens if we switch the floor just in general to be wooden? Nah, I think the concrete is cooler. Let's try the concrete still. I'm trying to figure out what kind of nightstand I want to use. These are the fabricated ones from Eco Lifestyle. I don't really like them that much, but they do match okay. Then we try to find lamps that, oh, this one, see, this is like a little bit expensive, but I think those are kind of cool. It also might be more fun if we had something a little bit more colorful. It needs to be like kind of funky a little bit. Or wait, how much is 135? No, I'm not spending 135 on a lamp twice. There's no way. That would be a huge waste. I actually don't like any of the lamps, or at least I don't like any of the ones that are affordable, and that's what we need, is for it to be affordable. We could probably have only one nightstand. Maybe we get a really big plant because that fits in the corner nicely. If I'm only gonna do one lamp, I might have an easier time with this, because we could do something like this tray, and that would be kind of cute. I got no clue where to put this thing on the walls. The wheel has actually kind of failed me in that way. I don't know what to do about that. I do need a trash can too. And I think the other main thing that we're kind of missing outside is just, I would like to have some wall lights. I don't need a lot of them. I just want to have a couple lights on either side. Oh, maybe we do these instead. These are even cheaper. I feel like maybe a poster could work. This is a tiger poster. That matches really nicely. This is pottery. This is debug, and it's free. So let's try that. I really enjoy this wall plant, so I might put that on the wall right there. All right, this is a little bit ridiculous, this thing, because it's just like so big. So I probably shouldn't use it. But I did think this would be kind of cool to have like a range hood somewhere. I will say that that does kind of help sell it as a slightly fancier kitchen. I got some vases on the table. I don't think there's a bookshelf anywhere so far. So that might be good for us to get, because if we have this bookshelf, they can actually read the books. That gives them one more thing to do. I wonder if I can scoot these over just a little bit more, because then I can scoot this over too. I think that looks a little bit better from the inside. I don't really love this. That's throwing me off. Let's just continue with the bathroom. I do want to get some more tile. I'm also, this is like sleek bathroom kit tile. I kind of would prefer to not use the sleek bathroom kit tile just so we have like one less pack. I wonder if I can do base game. I'm not sure about this tile because it looks like the brick and I kind of want it to look a little bit different from the brick. That's why I liked the vertical tiles instead. This one is more expensive for an uglier tile, so that's out. No way. Oh, that actually is kind of cute, that little tile, and it saves me some money. So maybe I'll do that. I think I can leave the concrete floor in the bathroom still. I think I might switch the sink. This one's a little bit more expensive. It's $145 instead of $120, but I kind of prefer this pedestal sink. And I'd also like to have a bigger mirror. This is $95 instead of $50, but doesn't that feel better to have like a mirror with more scale? I have 370 simoleons left. I think I might use one of the little teeny tiny baby TVs. This TV, oh, do you really not want to place there? Oh no. Okay, maybe they don't get a TV. I was gonna say I'll put a little TV on this, but maybe not. Maybe we do music instead. Except, does the music not place on here? This is 150 simoleons, but it comes in yellow. So they can use the computer for fun, they can dance for fun. I don't have a fire alarm, but I think that's fine. I think that's like gonna be okay. I might move this stuff into the bathroom. I don't really want to use it because we don't have a kid or anything, but I might move that so I can get some kind of other art in here. I know we have the tiger poster already, but maybe we do another kind of fancy poster. That one has like the orange and yellow color scheme. It kind of brings the whole thing together. And then we have some more art and it's really cheap. It's like 20 bucks. All right, how many other lights do we have that are reasonably affordable? This is an Eco Lifestyle light. It feels so silly putting a light fixture that's like that small all the way up there though. I also love this Eco Lifestyle light, but I know that it's really small and you kind of have to be careful with where you put it because we don't want it to hang underneath the skylight, right? Maybe it's better just to have nothing else. I'll make the lighting a little bit warmer inside. It does kind of feel like a celebrity loft. I know that's a stretch because it's so cheap, but I actually genuinely feel like it kind of has celebrity loft vibes. I'm gonna go more into debug. I'm gonna go into like live edit objects now because we're gonna have to do debug for landscaping and fences. Like we can't afford them ourselves. I don't really remember what kind of debug comes with city living, so maybe this is a good opportunity for us to check. Oh, they could have a mural. They could be like an artist. You know what? That could be a really cool way to use the money up. Oh, I know we also have these little snow globes. That could be kind of a fun little detail too. Plus it has orange in it. Or this one is like orange and white and it's a city bridge. It's like a snow globe of what's right here. They've got a snow globe of this scene. Okay, city living debug. Here are some little signs. I might just use those to take up space. I don't really need them. them. They don't do anything, but I think it could be good to have some room. And now I'm using this debug fence. I'm gonna try and make it look like we've got a slight fenced in backyard. The other option, and this might be kind of random, but the other option might be to use one of these debug buildings. Not because I really want one, but just because if we had, oh, those are really tall. But I was just thinking if we had one of the debug buildings, maybe we could try and make it, oh, but it's like so tall compared to ours. I was thinking we could try to make it look like we were not a complete standalone. My hope was going to be to try to make it look like the lot was a little bit more full, but I don't know. I think that's something I'm struggling with it being so small. What even is, I don't think I've ever seen that one. Is it back there somewhere? No? Well, it's all too big anyway, so let's not worry about it. It's gonna be fine like this. Like I've got a little fenced in yard space back here. These are like little debug planters. I totally forgot about those, but that could be good. Oh, can I make this look like a garage? You know what? That wasn't really my initial plan. I was gonna have it just be plain. That could be cool though. Maybe it's better for it to be plain. I'm not really sure. Oh my gosh, that's huge. And look at these like weird round buildings. Okay, I'm gonna put the whole lot a little bit further over to the side like this. I'm gonna paint everything underneath it. Oh, there's Strangerville buildings. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is actually totally different from what I was picturing myself doing, but now I have a new idea. Can I move the thing to the back? Okay, cause listen, hear me out. What if we had a couple of these Strangerville buildings and we like connected them all up in here so it looks like they're attached to our building? I don't know how I just got 100 simoleons. I don't know what I broke. Oh, it might have been the trash can. Okay, but like imagine this. Like, does that look totally random or does it seem like it could be real? I need to rotate it around backwards because I need to be able to see it in better lighting. This is what it looks like in actual lighting. I mean, maybe we'd have better luck if we changed them out for slightly different buildings and like use some in this color scheme instead. But I kind of feel like that's cool. It looks like a city street. And you know what's so funny? I came into Strangerville Debug because I was gonna look for like one of those little car stops for a parking lot. And then we ended up doing this, which is totally different, but it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna put this like AC unit on the back. There's jail bars. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. And there's like a billboard. We could probably put a billboard. Here are like some debug pipes. I kind of like the color of the, oh, well, that's a problem. I can't put them as close together as I wanted them to be. Maybe I can cover that up with some trees though. Also, I probably need to have a wall mailbox, so I'll have to come back to that too. Okay, these lights are the exact same ones they have off the lot. So I'll put some of those there. I was thinking about putting like 3 trees in the front and maybe some more of them in the back. I just have to get the tree cages. Oh, here's kind of a neat idea. What about this grassy stuff out front? I could probably use these planters by this door instead. The mural can get moved. Also, it kind of makes sense for us to have like a little closed-in part for our patio back there. And we could probably still do some parking lots. Like we could get parking with some debug cars along this way. Yeah, we could do like 4 of the debug cars. I'll put the parking stops in there so it looks like they're all in line. That's good. I'm putting some big trees in those little pots that I put down because I like them being a little bit more substantial. And then I think I'll do some potted flowers by this business. And I'm giving them this little menu sign. Maybe there's a restaurant in there. For some reason, I still cannot find that tree cage. I feel like I've scrolled up and down the base game debug so much and I don't see it. Never mind, it's literally right there. Sorry, false alarm. Okay, I put some trees in on the sides. Once we have some more landscaping in the front of this, I think this will be good too. I was kind of planning on using just regular base game debug landscaping. Oh, we have to be really careful about this side because it's by the platform. It's gonna jump up. Oh, here's a fire hydrant. That could be cool. I'll fix the terrain paint too, don't worry. Hey, you know what though? I am so glad that we did this randomizer challenge because I feel like I got inspired to use some stuff that I literally never would have otherwise. I've never even used these Strangerville buildings before, and that pack's been out for years. Honestly, I don't even know if I even knew that they existed, so it's kind of cool to have an excuse to try them. Okay, I'm gonna put our trash can in the courtyard back here so it's easily accessible for us. I got another big business. It's like a different kind of business though. I got another big building back there. I think it makes sense to have like a little alleyway, so we'll do that. And then those parking stops are also in Strangerville Debug, so let me see if I can find them. Oh, so is this little, oh my god, I thought that was gonna be smaller, sorry. I was gonna say, so is this little satellite, and then it was huge. We could put this thing in there too, because that's just more little random debug stuff. Maybe I put up one of these. Here's the parking stop. It took me literally so long to find that. It's literally called parking stop in game too, so I didn't even have to be doing all that. I could have just searched for it, but oh well. I'm gonna need to get more bushes in the front up here too before we forget. We'll have to start like filling in the rest of the landscaping. I still gotta fill in the landscaping in the front too. It makes no sense to have newspapers in this alleyway, right? Like absolutely no sense. Unfortunately, I kind of want to try it. So let me me rework how the trees are fitting. Here's a big mailbox. This could be nice somewhere on the side of the lot. Okay, in doing this, I've essentially made like another alleyway. I think this is better though. I feel like that's more realistic. And this is the back of the lot. I know it looks like the front right now, but it's actually the back of the lot. I've got some more flowers so they're around all the doors on this thing. And then the last thing we have to do is get some more like bushes, decor, something in our little front. I was gonna try and pay for it. I don't really have enough money for all that. What happens if we get rid of this and it just like stops right there? We could probably put some taller like hedge type bushes there. Oh, if I raise this up, oh, I can't, I don't have enough money. Dang, that would have been so good for it to just be like a little bit taller because that would hide the clipping of this. Here, this is cheaper staircase. Is it really insufficient funds? I mean, we could use like a stone staircase. I don't think that looks as good, but it could be done. I lost the bush that I was using. Oh no, all because I wanted to raise it up a little bit. Okay, so the landscaping would be kind of like this on the far side. I think that looks really colorful and cute. And then the last thing I wanted to do, I decided to get a couple more trees back here. I think I'm gonna use these trees instead of these things. I'm just gonna put them in these city living pots that we had in the front. Oh, there's a little door back here. I guess we could give them some more potted plants. Okay, well, aside from like a couple little extra signs and then maybe moving the mural over. I think I might put the mural like right here so it's easily accessible to your sim. And now we just finish up all that terrain paint so it covers the whole lot again. And then we have a 10,000 simoleon starter home built in San Myshuno. I think this turned out really well. I've never built anything like this really before. It's kind of inspired me to try this again with maybe a little bit more money, but I like how it looks like you're living in a city block. And I don't think that the house looks that cheap either itself. And you can obviously expand upon this. Like you could add a second floor if you were trying to play here and you earn some more money. Oh, I forgot the mailbox. Hold on, one more thing. It's okay because those are free. So I could actually get rid of one of the lights and we'd save a little bit more money even. Oh no, the bushes are still clipping. Here I thought I really did something with that. It's okay, we can scoot them back a little bit more. I can't pay for a thermostat, no. All right, well, let's just say it's done. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I have had so much fun with this today. I'm really glad that we did it. So hopefully you feel the same way. I'm gonna call this under 10K loft starter. It's one bedroom, one bathroom. I'm kind of scared to see how many packs it uses because it probably has more than I think it does, but it was worth it for science. It also isn't uploading, so that's cool. Oh my god, I didn't even save it. Let me save it now. Oh, it's only one page. Okay, considering it only costs 10,000 simoleons, it shouldn't be that many pages, but it's only one page. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, that makes me feel better. Well, I think on that note, I'll probably end this video right here. And you might have noticed that I'm posting a little bit less this week, and I just want to apologize for that. I've never taken Christmas off, like properly taken a few days off for Christmas in the 10 years that I've been doing YouTube. And I thought, you know what, maybe this year I should really make an effort to properly have some time off. So instead of trying to pre-record for like every single day throughout the entire holiday, I'm gonna post every other day this week. This is new for me. I've never done that before. So I apologize for like kind of ditching you, I guess, this week. But my family's kind of had a rough year, so I wanted to prioritize spending time with them and like not work over Christmas. I hope that makes sense. But if you're looking for more Simsie content right now, I do have a bunch of stuff literally on More Simsie. My second channel is called More Simsie. I've got thousands of hours of live streams over there. So I'll link that down below in case you wanted to go back and like watch a few of those. And again, I'm really sorry for like not posting as much. It's just for this week. I swear, it's just for this week. But thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Well, now I want to do a wheel spin build again. That was fun. I'm really glad that we did that. I love those wheel spin challenges. Every time I do one, it's always a great time for me. I just love the like randomization of it all.